Hello, welcome to my craft room with Rhoda. Today we're doing a mini journal, and I'll show you how to get into all that in just a moment after the sneaky peek. And this is the sneaky peek here. It is called a tip-in, from what I understand from Scrapbooking with Me. But it's a piece of just scrapbook paper, pretty, whatever. It's kind of like the envelope idea, but it's just a piece of paper that's got a pretty shape on the end, and you can bend it in and out. It's just got this one little band here that attaches it, and I put a little ripped envelope, a beautiful little envelope or card, I think it was, in there, and the way I glued it, I was able to tuck in this pretty lilac from one of those Stamperias. I think it was lilac, and I still haven't figured out the other part of that name. But anyway, here was another idea that was a pocket from Scrapbooking with Me. I just put a little typewriter on here. I guess that's Hugs and Kisses. And I did the Just My Type. You probably saw this in my recent video that I did with the count in the library. I used this same stamp pad that I had. But that's all you do here. And it's a simple little template that she gave on her page. I kind of did a smear job or dipping job on the paper behind here. And that is our sneaky peek of the day, a tip-in. Yeah, that is a whole different ball game than an envelope, but you get the same effect. All right, on our booklets that we're doing today, this is a 12 by 12 paper buster, or scrap, whatever you call that. A one-page wonder. I think that is it. Well, thank you for coming to Guess That Word with Rhoda. Way my memory is anymore. Anyhow, so we got our 12 by 12. What you do first is you're going to cut 2 inches off one side, whichever side doesn't have the greatest image. And I actually flipped this one. As you can see, the mushroom is upside down. So I've already cut that piece off. And then we're going to score it. And let me get my scoreboard over here. Hopefully I don't shake and rattle and roll my camera off of here. Let me get it to where you can see the numbers up there. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Actually, well, first you score it totally in half. And this is let me get my, let me get my gadget out of here. Okay. So first you're going to score it in half. We're 10 inches now because we cut 2 inches off. So you score it at 5 and you go all the way down. Then we're going to turn it, and this is going to be the bottom we're working at now. Then you're going to turn it. You're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 2 3/4 inches, and 5 1/8 inches. Okay, and that is all the scoring that we have to do. Let me get this little baby out of the way. Then, what we want to do, we're going to save this one to the side. We're going to take this, cut in this score on both sides. Don't do a little wimpy cut right against it, because I did that the other day and it didn't work. You want to give it upwards to 1/8 to almost 1/4 inch. You'll see when you close it up or fold it up, if it's not going together well, that's where you have to get back in here, and you'll know you have to do more. So that is what I took off for now. We're going to see if that's going to make the difference. And I picked a piece of paper. It's just a one-sided. This is going to be for my ideas book, just so I can write down my numbers and dimensions and everything. Then you're going to get in here and you're going to start to fold up things. So you're just going to start rolling it and fold it in toward the middle. There we go, like that. And before we do the next fold, I'm going to get in here and go ahead and glue. Now what you want to do is only glue this part. I think it's that, yeah. Sorry, I had to think about it a minute. First, you're going to glue the top here, or the 1/2 inch flap down. And that's just going to go right here. Going to do the same to the second one. And that's going to go down here. Now, the next step, you can get in here, if you have a one-sided paper like I do, you can get in here and do some stenciling. You can put down another thinner paper. There's quite a few options available to you. Okay, our next step, we're going to go down the two sides and glue that up. And then we're going to do the same for this one. It doesn't take much to get this little book together. This is what I call my tunnel closure. If you're trying to figure out why I'm doing all this rolling up, well, this is my tunnel closure. It's one of my very first videos I did, because I came up with this idea way back when I did a booklet for my mother. All right, and we're good. Now, if you wanted to make sure your cut between your pockets down here was right, you're going to fold it shut before you do any gluing. But I knew I had enough of a piece there cut that it was going to work. Now, with this piece, what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, and we're just going to glue it together, and thus using the whole page. I first saw Scrapbooking with Me, Edith, making a little book like this, but she cut about a quarter of it off at the bottom to make her pockets, and I thought, no, I don't want to waste all that. Let's see what I could do with it. So that's where I came up with the folding it up, and you made a tunnel closure. Okay, we're done with that. And then what you want to do is round your edges, whatever kind of a round that you want. This is just like a medium, a 7mm. And then what you want to go and do is score this. I went ahead and did it, but it's at 2 7/8 and 3 1/8. This was a 6-inch piece, so what we're doing is we're making sure that we have a fold right there, right in the center. That is 2/8 wide. Now, what you want to do is you want to get your small side of your crocodile and go into the very center. Get as close as you can. Yep, that's close. Close enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an eyelet in here. And I'm going to go ahead and use this eyelet. And I'm going to go in here and squish it shut. Good term, squish. So, there we go. Now, what I just did was use some scrap string. If I can get my little box open over here. For the pull. Goodness gracious. I got all kinds to choose from in there. Alright, so here's one. And what we're going to do is we're just going to get in here and we're going to tie a knot. And this was from me cutting off my signatures where I sewed them in. There we go. That should be good. Now you just cut off your excess like that. You don't need it to be too long. Now we're going to take our little nose and bring it through there. There we go. Now, what we've got is our closure. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get in here with a string and sew your signature in. I just used 2 holes, And what I did is I put paper. Let me show you the paper I used. I used some of this. The real thin paper is what I chose. Instead of me using up a lot of my paper dyed coffee and tea dyed papers, I just decided to use a bunch of these that I wasn't going to use. So I picked some out of this pack, Tattered and Torn. I think I picked some out of Theodosia. I think there was another one. They're from Hobby Lobby. And all I did was I put them in here. I cut them at 6 inches apart. And you can go with the pattern if you have one or whatever. But I didn't want to waste any of those. So those were another one that were a one-page wonder. So you take the two 6-inch by 12-inch strips and you just fold them in half. No, not fold them in half, I mean. Fold them at 4 3/4. And then I folded it around. I'll show you that in the books that I have over here finished. So, anyhow, that gets tied in. Well, I put them in. I secured them. I put a hole here, hole here. I went in from the outside and tied them in a knot. That's all there was. And then this one, this is the tunnel closure. This is how it works. There's 2 little tunnels here. You put these 2 in there, and then you slide it in. And the string is here to help you pull it out again. There wasn't anything that I had that would work on the end that was small enough, so this is what I come up with. And there you go. It holds it shut if it gets a little, you know, alligator-y. But let me show you the ones that I have gotten done, and then we're going to decorate the front of my 5th one. These are going to go in the shop. They're little fall journals. I didn't know if they would like to use them as gratitude journals, but this is basically the ones that I've gotten done. Oh, it took me longer than usual, too. So, they're all a little different. This is a pretty one-sided paper that had leaves, gold embossed on here. Most of them have some kind of gold embossing. And then on the front, I took this sheer stuff from the Dollar Tree that had leaves on it. It actually had leaves. So I said, oh, that'll be pretty in the background. And it had little gold dots. Then I took some scrap paper and I sprayed it up. And I used the Tim Holtz leaf dye, Decayed or something. And I sprayed it with regular spray and some mica spray. Then I have ribbon. That's little leaf ribbons. And I cut a few of them up here. I put some on the edges. And then I had a stamp that I have memories on this one. I have a few die-cut flowers. If you open it up, it's got this inside. It says Hello Fall. And I usually did some kind of little decoration at the beginning. Now, here's what I meant about the papers. I'm trying to remember. Oh, this was the first one I did. So I stenciled a little bit in here. So the papers, and sometimes I had a big pocket. I was using up some old kits that I had. So here, it goes from this side to this side. And you can see where I messed up on the scoring there. But I just folded it over. And I thought, well, if the person gets it, they can always glue it on either end and make a tuck. Or you have all this extra space to write, but somebody can't see really what's over here, and you can hide it. Plus, you have this extra room to write there, and then you can write on the other side. And I did that. The rest of them are like that all the way through, and then I alternated the way they were positioned. So they worked out better. I'll show you one of the other ones as well. This one, I think it was the last one I did. I did another gold ribbon on the end. The same little sheer is behind all of them. And I have like a little piece of wood that it's like a deep embossing of wood. And that's on there as well. And let me show you what this one turned out. Well, this one's fat. I can go open that one. This was one I didn't do well on the coverage. I also have a little net behind here, a little yellow net that held onions. And I'll show you the bag when I pull the other one out over there. But here's how this one's decorated inside. And like there's the first page is the cutoff. Then there's that. It folds out. Then there's a flat. Then there's a piece that was from one of the kits that I wanted to use up. It's got a little tuck there. Another fold out. A flat. Another little tuck that I made into a side tuck. So I was just using up a whole bunch of stuff and getting it in here. And so it would be a pretty nice little journal for somebody to write in and keep their memories. They could put in their book. I thought of gratitude journals, just a little mini fall journal. This one has dream. That one had kind. And this one here has smile. So I had all these different little sayings on a pad. Now this one I have a sunflower. It's got leaves on the back of it. And then I have a sunflower edge on it. But let me show you the one that we're going to work on today. Okay, here's one of the little books that I just got it together. And you can see how I did it. I don't have this put in yet. You have to be real careful to pull that out. And see the beautiful gold embossing? It's just a paper I had. It's like a fall pad. And then I had this paper that was real cheap. I got it one time and I put that as my background. But you have your little pockets inside here. So you got the main pocket and then you got the other pockets that you'll have throughout. Or the little tucks or whatever else is in here. I know that's a pocket. And I may have to cut me a thumb pull there, though. Depending on who gets it, I don't know if they'll exactly know what's there. Now, this is kind of a different pocket. I took this card that they had, and I folded it where it would fit in here at 4 7/8. And then this was a frame. So I took this frame, and I just wound it around there, and I glued it to where I have a pocket. You can go in the top, or you can just tuck it in there. And the other side is that as well. I mean, it's a big pocket. So get creative with your pieces and do what you can with them. I used some washi tape to hold some of the pieces down because some of them wanted to pop out. But you can write on all that. I mean, you have all kinds of things you can do. There was another end there that I put together, and it has like a little tuck in there. They can figure that out when they get it. But anyhow, that's how they look inside. And then you got a pocket back here. So, what we want to do first is go inside and decorate. And usually what I do is I'll put like a sticker or something. This one's got that white core on it. Let me cut that off. Alright, I got that trimmed out. Now these are the leaves that I made, and I was telling you, I just took some scrap paper and I went and sprayed the paper with all the colors that I wanted. And then I did a little bit of the mica sprays on there, and I got that. And I thought they turned out really pretty. So I think I'm going to use one of them inside here. I think this one may stand out better with it. Oh yeah, it goes good with that white, or the yellow up here. So yeah, I'll put that one down here. And I have some big flowers that I may just put on that other side. Actually, maybe we'll just put it all over there. How about that? I've got these flowers. I'm going to save one for the front. These are also some of the Tim Holtz flowers. I like this one for the front, so he'll be on the front. Now, the little leaves I just showed you, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you. Their number is 665559, and they're considered leaf fragments. And then I have a little piece of wood that's going to actually go on here as well. That was just some brown paper I had. And I used this little 3D texture fade. And it's mini lumber. And also, I have oak leaves here. And there's 2 sizes on this same piece. And, yeah, it's just called oak leaf. It's a 3D. And it cuts. It also embosses and it cuts. So, I really liked those. I was looking for fall leaves one year. Looking. And I finally said, I'm going to just order something that I can use every year. So what we're going to do, we're going to wait and do that. We're going to put these pretty little stem flowers going up the side here. And I'll probably put that one. I got this one. And all this one I think I'm going to leave for the front. That one's going to go on the front. That one looks good in here. I might leave that one for the front. Okay, let me get these glued down. I don't want to... It's got so many little pieces and parts to glue. I don't want you to have to suffer through that. Okay, you can see where I've got those positioned. And now what I'm going to do is glue down my leaf. Throw me some glue on the back of it. I'm trying to get all the borders and little pieces here and there. There we go. And I'm going to hide the bottom. That's why I wanted to do it this way. So I'm going to hide the bottoms with the leaf. And catch your excess glue. Because once you shut this, it may catch. Always be aware. Now this is a sticker. My friend Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. I had won her 400 subscriber giveaway. And this beautiful little sticker was in there. So I thought the pinks kind of went well with those. All right. So our inside is basically done. We're done. But what we got to do here is the same thing we did on the previous one. We got to punch us a hole. Put us an eyelet in. And get it shut. And I chose a silver one. Oh, well. I chose a silver one. So then all I got to do is get in here. That didn't close as well as I thought it would. Let's try this one to flatten it. Yep, that did good. Okay, that did it. All right, let us find our string again. Well, here's one I kind of already sort of had tied. I just want it to be a little smaller in the tie. You don't want it to hang out too much. You can put little dangles or anything you'd want to on this. Now, all of my watchers that were expecting a Halloween, I wanted to do this first, but I will get back to my Halloween. Don't worry. I think I have one other thing I wanted to show in a video, and then I'll be back on it. All right, that's done. Now we can get that back in here and leave it shut. We don't need it open anymore. Whoops. I always have to make sure I get into the right little channel there. There we go. Now, this is the piece of the Dollar Tree netting that I was telling you about. That had the beautiful little leaves on it. So all we're going to do, figure out where our boundaries are there. And then we're going to go around the outside edge. And it looks like it's... Ooh, I do have something coming out, don't I? Yeah. And we're going to have the use of the glue mostly to hold this down. So we're just going to tack it in a way. And the other gluing items, or glued items, sorry, are going to be what's going to hold this down really well. Then we're going to get our little spatula, little makeup spatula that is silicone. And I'm just going to rub it across there so everything's flush. and it rolls it into the glue. All right, that's done. Next, we're going to put our piece of wood. I'm going to do the edge of it, though you might not even see the edge. I've been putting it behind my pieces, and really you can't see it. It's just back there to give it, you know, a base, something for the leaves to look like they're resting on. And I had that extra brown over there just laying, so I thought, let me use that. It was a scrap from, I think it was from the Halloween journal. One of the pages I did. Okay, there we go. Gonna hold it down for just a minute. And next we're going to go with the netting. Now here's the netting I was telling you about. It was an onion bag. It was just sweet onions, I believe. But you can see how neat it is. It's just, I already cut me a little piece off for here. But it's got like a fine hole. And I said, well, let me just keep that. My husband, he knows now to ask me. So he asked me if I wanted to keep that. And I said, oh, let me look at that. Yeah. I said, I got an idea for it right now. I think that's down good. We got to get our base down because that's going to be the... Sorry, I'm over here trimming off this roll. I don't want that roll on it. But yeah, that was going to be the part that's going to hold down most of our piece here. Now what I'm going to just do, I'm just going to lay it on there. I'm not going to glue it. I'm just going to lay it. And it's going to get caught. I'm doing it at like a jaunty angle, as you can see. And what we want to do is put down some of our floral here that we have. At least these pieces. Because these are the longer ones. We don't want to hide our leaf, pretty leaves if we don't have to. This is another one of those. It's got all these pieces and parts. That's a pain to glue. So we're going to have this one go kind of up right here. Really nice and high. Push it in good. See, it's holding my netting on there. Didn't even have to waste the glue. Now we got this piece, which is a fun piece. I've got those two floral ones, the Tim Holtz flower dies. I think they're wildflowers or something. People use these all the time, so that's why I figured you already kind of knew where this come from. But they make a good background if you're just needing a little piece here and there. Whee! Okay. Glue here, glue there. All right, let me get that down. That's going to pull our eye, you know, up and down the page. Plus that real dark edge, the brown goes really well with it. All right, we still have our daisy. And I'm kind of wondering about this daisy, if I even need it all. I don't think I do. So we took care of it. The leaves are going to hide most of it, so we're not going to need it. Actually, I was hoping this would look like a sunflower. That was what I was basically going for, a sunflower. And maybe some of the leaves will show, maybe not, who knows. All right, now what we're going to do is put that one kind of, I think I'm going to go kind of over this way with it. So it's kind of hanging a little off. Yeah. You got to kind of, you can play with it. You can lay everything out and audition it, you know. Like that is what we're going to do with the leaves. Because I want this big leaf right to go there. And then I have a small leaf, which can maybe go this way so it points down. We're getting some different directions, you know. And maybe this pretty... I really love this top leaf, so I'm going to just bury that one back there. And see, there's a pink in there I thought kind of held that one color. I don't know that I'm going to need that one. That one's just too orange. But I do like the little black one. Oh, I had one of those strings and I didn't realize it. Yeah, the black or brown. Yeah, it's probably going to go on there. Okay, let's see. That one. It's going in that direction. Okay. Let's go ahead and fill this baby up with glue. Of course, I'm using my art glitter. I'm trying to use it up. I may use the container for my Bearly Arts. I love the container here. It's just I don't love the price. I got it on sale, and, you know, it's one of those that can't be sent in cold weather. So, you know, it's kind of challenging to have it. Oh, goodness. Well, my Project Runway is over. The season's over. Man, I love that show. I love to watch it. I love to see what they come up with. I love to see the creativity. Now we'll have to wait a whole nother year. I guess I got to the last, 6 episodes of Yellowstone to look forward to, and then nothing. They're done. Forever. Oh, gosh. Forever and a day. Okay. Let's put this down. I love that little, I think that is copper. That little copper look. Okay. I guess my, what is that? Expedition Bigfoot. It's going to be about one of my main shows now. I don't think I have any more. My Skinwalker Ranch went off. Oh. Yeah, I'm talking about TV today. Everybody wants to hear my stories. I'm just talking about TV, aren't I? Okay. We're going to put that one kind of up that way. I like that little green tip against that. It really stands out. I like the holes because you can see the wood behind it. Okay. Go over this with my little towel. Push it in good. Yep, that can go somewhere else. Did I not get enough there? Let me go back under there again. Yeah, I like to try to use up all of these things that I have. I still got this one box over there that has my scraps. And I'll tell you, I'm trying to figure out what word I want. Let's go with smile again. Yeah, I want to use those scraps up at one point in time. I just don't know when. Yeah, this says smile, a pleased, kind, or amused facial expression. Always in fashion, be the reason someone smiles. I wish I had something that had gratitude on it, but I didn't. So, this is it. We're going to set it right here. Kind of in the center, all the leaves. Let's draw your eye. And then we have this little brown leaf I think I'm going to put right down there. And this is a dimensional leaf, those 3D dimensions. So I always have to put a good bit of glue on the back of those things so I know they'll stick down. All right. How do I want to do this? I think I'll do it right like that. Yeah. And then all we have to do is our back. And I'm going to have to get the fabric tack back out for that part. And that goes along the edge here. We're going to put this down along the edge like that. And just smear it right along the end of your spine there. So I'm going to leave it like that because I'm going to flip it here. And I'm going to try to keep all my tails in there. That's, yeah. See, I got to get my tails in. So smear you some on this side as well. This also needs to be filled up. I got plenty. I was stocking up on it, but I need to start using some of the Aleene's. That's what I want to get around to and see how well that works. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck this down in here. Oh. Before the glue dries, Rhoda, before the glue dries. There. And I'm going to hold it right there. But you're going to push it down and get it to stick. And then just kind of, if it's not where you want it to be, keep working it, pushing it. I got a little lump there. Got rid of that. That one little piece tried to come out, but we didn't let him. Okay. Oop, oop. Let's fix this front part. I'm going to keep pushing there. Try to keep it look like it's one even line. There. Okay. Now, I'm not going to worry about those little leaves, I don't believe. Let me go over here and look. All right, here's the little leaves I got. I got them so long ago. I mean, I don't even know if it's got a date on it, but I've had them for ages. At least 15 years, I'd say. But you have different leaves. You got a maple leaf here. And then these three are like an oak leaf. And I mean, that orange might go well there. I've been using a lot of the brown. Kind of like the yellow. Well, it is maroon, but no, that maroon is... Let's go with the maroon. I don't think I've used this one. Alright, so what we're going to do is go along our edge. About like that. Right? I'm going to cut it off right there. Got like a little division line. I know I got them at Walmart. That's about the only thing I could tell you. But you know how they are. They make something 1 year, and the other years, forget it. Alright, so a little bit more fabric tack. Because I don't like that little wrinkle I still got there. So we're just going to stick this here. And have it cover it. Okay. Whoop. I think I'm starting to make my top kind of loose. It keeps spinning on me. Oh, all right. Did I even cover that up? Sort of. Let me see if I can put it down like that. It's sticking to my fingers. Okay, well, we have got it done. I'm still debating my choice of maroon, but there you go. That is our front. So, here are all our cute little books to go to the shop. Some are light and cherry. Some are dark. And one is blue. So, I hope you really enjoyed this and got an idea to do a one-page wonder yourself. And don't be afraid of this. This is very, very easy. You don't have to do all this mess on the front. You just stick like a card or a journal card, a beautiful journal card of some type on the front, and that's all you would need. All right, everybody have a great, great day. Thanks to all my subscribers and viewers. I hope you have a great day. Bye.